Single men without children don't need to be dating women who have children by other men. If you're a single man, if you're a single dude, bro, take it from me. If you're single and you don't have children, there is no reason why you need to be involving yourself with a woman who already has other children that are not yours. You don't need to be a father or a father figure to children that are not your children. Do not get trapped into the belief that the only option you have is to be the baddie with somebody else's kids. No, you don't. You deserve better than that. If you're a single man with no children, you need to stay in your lane. You need to invest in yourself. You need to build yourself up physically, mentally, emotionally, financially, so that you can attract the woman that is going to be by your side, supporting your vision, your mission, and doesn't have kids from some other dude. Do not be that guy who falls for a woman with somebody else's children. Don't do that.
Why do women set aside the best guys in the friend zone? You might even think of yourself as a guy who's one of the best guys that could be with her, but instead, she puts you in the friend zone. There's a saying that goes, nice guys finish last. I like to say, nice guys don't finish at all. I've said this in previous reels. The quality of being nice is not one of the qualities that has the biggest effect on whether a woman is going to be attracted to you. Full disclaimer, that doesn't mean that you have to be rude or mean or offensive. It just means that when you're simply and only being nice, that doesn't work. So what does work? I'll give you one word. Tension. You ever wonder why flirting works so well? It's because there's tension. There's a tension between you and the woman. So if there is no tension, if there is no flirting, and it's just you being nice, maybe you're giving her tons of compliments, doing favors for her, being a shoulder to cry on, there's no tension there. Any woman and any man who have ever gotten together in the history of time have gotten together and been attracted to each other because of tension. Nice guys don't build tension. So when a nice guy is doing nice things around a woman to get her attention, it's not moving the needle, it's going totally unnoticed, and you're not sparking any emotions. Stop focusing on only being nice. Start focusing on building that tension.
Your partner says threesome in a relationship. I'm not doing that.
Why not? But you had one with not a person that's
But
not
it wasn't my man.
That's why not?
I don't want to. I don't want to do it with my man.
So you have more fun than your man.
He didn't
so
know.
the friend have more fun than your husband.
My husband is for me. Yeah. Period.
So I have a question and then I have a scenario. Do men who don't commit to women get more access to women as well as less financial obligation to women compared to men who do commit to women? But here's the scenario. Imagine you and your man are in two sets. There's situationship you and the relationship you. So it's two people in both scenarios and y'all both love each other, both scenarios. In the situationship you, the guy can sleep with any woman he wants and you don't have a problem with it because he's not your man. The situationship you, if you were into threesomes every now and then, you'll be totally okay with doing it because he's not your man. So who cares? And third, is the guy that you're in a situationship with obligated financially in any kind of way? The answer is no. The guy you're actually married to or in a relationship with doesn't have full access to you because if he wanted to have a threesome, you'll look at him like he's crazy. But you had threesomes with this guy over here. If you're a person that's into that, why would a guy sign up for that? And I'm not saying in any kind of way that I'm anti-relationship, but why in the world would a man commit to you when you will give the guy that doesn't commit to you more access to you and he can sleep with whatever woman he wants to by not being in a relationship with you versus being in a relationship with you? Let me know what y'all think in the comment section. This is just for kicks and giggles. I'm not trying to start no mess. So let me know what y'all think in the comments.
Couple phrases I never understood when I was broke. Phrase number one, it's lonely at the top. Motherfucker, it's lonely at the bottom. Have you been to the bottom? You think it's just a friend fiesta down here? The f you talking? I'm fine. I'll be lonely. I've coped with that down here. I'll be all right up there. Another one, money won't fix all your problems. Let me see. We'll go bar for bar on that one because I got 99 problems and 97.5 of them can be solved with a big check right now. I'm talking today. Before 5 p.m. I could solve every one. And those other 2.5, hey, I got the rest of my life. And another funny one I can't wrap my head around is when you make it, People will only love you for the things you have. Well, when you don't make it, people don't love you at all. Ain't no love, ain't no nothing. I dare any man on here to try to get a morsel of if you live with your parents or in your car. I dare you. Mother barely get a hug in them situations. Cause at least when you got they love you for something, even if it's fake. They always say like heavy is the head that wears the crown. Well, you know what's heavier than the crown? My thoughts, my depression, my life anxiety. Give me the crown. I bet it weighs less than all that. Don't mind me just venting.
All right, man, he got it right. I love that one. Great video, but let me tell you something, man. Most people are $10,000 away from solving their problems. And the sad part of it, $10,000 ain't.
And a lot of these modern women are continuing to say, oh, I want a man to be bold. I want a man to grow some. I want a man to, just be a man. Just do it regardless of what I'm doing. Just go out there and take a risk. But it seems like men are the only one taking a risk nowadays in dating. And that's the way that modern women want it. I want you to take all of the risk. Show me. And then if you meet my standards, we'll see. It's not even a, yes, this is the way we're going. It's, we'll see. I've got Chad and Tyrone that I like to go back to.
The female loneliness epidemic is here, and I'm here for it. This is what happens when you sit out here and you promote these pandering content creators who play to your hurt emotions, your bitterness, and your terrible experiences. So that way y'all get online and you spew, vitriol and hatred toward men because, you know what, you had some bad dealings with a couple of them. And now my timeline is filled up with women complaining about where's all the good men at? Where are the men at for this? Where are the men at for that? Where's the men that want to go on dates? Where's the men that yearn? Where's the men that court? Where's the men that do da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da? And now my new timeline is filled up with where's all the men at for the singles events? Where it's nothing but women at singles events. It's like 95% women at these singles events. What happened? Where's the men? The men listen. Y'all thought that making these videos go viral of these content creators who try to, pander and manipulate to your emotions and your bad experiences, you thought talking, bashing men was going to be fun. It was fun for the moment. It helped you feel good, right? But men paid attention to that. Realized a lot of you don't even like men. And now y'all got all these women out here begging, crying, where's all the men? Well, maybe you should hold women accountable.
Rule number one in this situation. Once you've lost the relationship, once she's chosen to end it, agree with her. End it. Case closed. Once someone's done that to you, all right, then there's a saying. When someone shows you who they are, believe them. She's shown you that she's willing to leave you, whether it be for something minor or not. She's chosen to do that. And the last thing you need to do is to commit any more of your time and energy and your love to someone who is going to make you on edge about them leaving at any stage. So once you're told that, hey, I don't want to be with you anymore, this is over, say, okay, thanks for the memories, all the best, and leave. Leave with your head held high, walk away with kindness and breathe them with a smile. And don't go back. Block them on all social media, don't reply to their text messages, don't get wound into any of that, don't go chasing after Nookie, right? Because that's, let's face it, that's a huge temptation. Get out of there and don't come back.
It is lame as to not have any aspirations outside of getting married, and I'll be the first one to say it, but these trad wives are losers.
No aspirations. No aspirations. For a lot of these women, it's raising the best kids they possibly can raise. So they're good people, function well in society, who treat others with kindness, who take accountability. And I'm not saying working moms are less than or may not have the same aspirations. There are good reasons for both sides of that. Now, is it realistic for a lot of women to be trad wives these days? No. Things are really expensive. Most couples, you're both going to be working, you're both going to be splitting the bills. Doesn't mean the women that choose that are losers. And what I've noticed is a lot of trad wives, they'll cook from scratch because they believe that's what's most healthy. They'll do things that are kind of a little bit more time consuming. They're actively working on stuff. They're actively learning stuff. They try to teach their kids more unique skills that maybe the average kid doesn't have. Does that make them losers? No, they just have different goals than you. What about wanting women to choose? Like, yes, there's risks. There's risks going both ways. I do think people should be careful. But to straight up call them losers when they're living their lives, living how they want to live, how they feel is most important? No, they're not hurting anyone.
A lot of modern women like to say they would want a gentleman. Modern women would like to say that they're looking for a chivalrous man, a man that respects them, a man that's kind to them, a man that loves them, a man that is respected in the community and the whole 9 yards. But modern women, first of all, they don't really even know how to vet for a man like that. Second of all, even if they should happen to luck up on a man like that, with the way that they act, they're not going to be able to keep him. You have to realize that a lot of these modern women are a bona fide problem. They're a bona fide problem. They're not pleasant to be around at all.
I'm going to say something controversial. Men need to stop taking women on dates.
I'm so done with this fraud. Get your best friend and take her out of here.
You need to stop going on date. I'm going to say why. You should never take a woman out on a date that you don't have vested interest in and that you're not sure she has a vested interest in you. Stop trying to disillusion her with your money, your resources, your ability to buy her roses and all that dumb stuff.
That's not dumb. Disillusion me, baby, all day.
What has that gotten you? Where are they?
That's it.
Exactly. So stop doing it. You're wasting your money. You're wasting your time. If you want to know if a woman is interested in you for real and wants to not just use you as a meal plan, because let me tell you, a lot of my homegirls are going out with you because they are bored. They don't have nothing to do. They're not over the other dude. Somebody else in Vegas or New York hasn't hit her back yet, so she's going out with your stupid. Jenny better eat the
She kind of got
because I've been there, so stop taking her out on dates.
And what do you do to get to know them?
Don't buy her anything. Don't spend a dime. Don't spend a nickel. Don't spend a penny. Go somewhere that is free. And if she is unwilling to go there with you, don't go out with her. It should be free.
Pick me.
I don't care. FaceTime. Talk to her on FaceTime. Talk to her on the phone. If she wants something from you without knowing you, she's playing.
When a man is going through a divorce, especially silver bullet where false allegations are happening, all of a sudden he jumps from 4 times more likely than a woman to 10 times more likely. Look at this chart right here. This shows you the stair step, right? Divorce comes in, child support. Now the trauma comes in, right? The PTSD, dealing with all that, the false allegations. He's 8 times more likely to unalive himself. If he's under the age of 35, that jumps up to 9. Some studies say 10. And we all know that people use false allegations in divorce to get custody, to get everything. It's called a silver bullet divorce. Well, let's talk about false allegations. State of Texas, over the last 20 years, they went from 1250 in 2004 down to 10 in 2024. They're not prosecuting false allegations. If they do prosecute it, most likely the fines of $500. Now, the rates in Texas are the absolute highest in the state for men. I wonder if they correlate with each other. What do you think? When divorce happens, one party, it's usually the woman, can say whatever she wants and get away with whatever she wants. Take everything from the man, everything. Leave him with nothing, sitting in a motel like me. Nothing's going to happen to her. She can do whatever she wants. The man has to deal with it. So what do most men do? Because now they lost their career, they lost their family, lost all their money. There's nothing they can do. Nobody's going to help them, so they commit. If you're a man struggling with that, dealing with that right now, I wrote a book for you called Don't Tonight. It's an ebook and audiobook, absolutely free. If you're a man dealing with this and you want to know how to protect yourself, link in the bio. I wrote a book called Unmasking the Predator that profiles female predators and how to deal with them in court. Ebook and audiobook. Look, this shit's not going to change. It's not going to get any better, right? Because people want their money, right? This is all because of money and greed. But this is the reality.
Question for all of these single moms of boys. Do you ever feel like you're failing as a parent because you've yet to find somebody to be a father figure in your children's lives? Or is that just me? Because my husband passed away when I was 3 months pregnant with my youngest son, who is now 5, and I have yet to find somebody to be that for my boys. My dad passed away when I was 11, and my husband's dad passed away last year. So my kids literally don't have that steady father figure in their lives. And I feel like as a mom, I'm failing them. You hear about statistics of single moms with boys, and it just weighs so heavy on my chest because I see how they grasp onto that male figure in my uncles and my male cousins, and I know that they want that in this household, and I feel like I can't. My picker's broken. And it just sucks. It sucks. Dating in your 30s as a single mom sucks. That's all I got.
And I think we have to look at how draining dating has become. We have to look at, the reason, or another reason that men are checking out of dating is because, dating has started to feel, for a lot of men, it's a little bit more, a lot more draining. You're not really hopeful like you used to be. It's more draining than it is exciting. You have, can't believe I'm gonna say this. You don't really have anything to look forward to, right? I'm so excited to take this lady out. It's gonna be a great time. Even if it ends up being bad, there's still excitement in there because it's like, man, I got out and I'm out here just moving and grooving. It's not really like that for a lot of men. And so that's another reason that they kind of check out.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have now entered the conspiracy theory phase of feminism, where it's no longer about protecting and uplifting women. It's about convincing women that all of the men in their lives secretly hate them. I'm going to show you this unhinged feminist video, and then by the end of the video, I don't want one person to ever question me ever again as to why I don't with modern feminism.
A lot of straight men want access to women's bodies, but they're not actually attracted to women.
A lot of heterosexual men don't like women. They like women. They're not attracted to what a woman is outside of her organs. I've met a lot of men who want to be in relationships. They don't like women. It is astonishing how many straight men just don't like women. Yet they spend their entire life trying to sleep with them. Do men like women? The answer to that, in general, is no. Most men I see on here, actually, don't even like women. There are straight men in this world who do not like women.
Now, if you thought that her splicing together a bunch of videos of male feminists repeating the exact same thing in order to prove her point wasn't unhinged enough, just wait. Just wait!
It's so cute when women come to my comment section and say that they don't know any men who hate women. I guarantee you that you do. He hates you. He likes that he has control over you, but he hates you. And I'm not saying this to burst anyone's bubble. I'm saying it because I'm worried about
for my safety as well as your own, I'm gonna need you to keep that fake concern way the over there, because if your criteria for being a feminist is trying to convince women that all the men in their lives secretly hate them, that says a lot more about you and your level of unhinged craziness than it does anybody else. As a woman, I'm not going to walk around terrified of the world and second glancing at every man around me just because Karen on TikTok spliced together a bunch of men saying the exact same thing because it's a viral trend. I'm supposed to listen to you. Like, nothing screams touch grass more than this entire take.
She knows exactly what she's doing. That's why she purposely creates confusion, so you have to start managing her behavior. So instead of looking at what she actually did, you're asking, okay, why did she say that? Why did she do that? What do I need to do now? Did I overreact? Is she mad? That's why sometimes women will give you the silent treatment or be like, oh, I'm fine. And I notice this type of thinking gets a lot of men stuck, because instead of asking, is this relationship actually good for me? You're more worried about how she's acting and what that means and how that affects you. She'll give you just enough honesty to sound self-aware. I know of a lot of women like this. She'll admit small things to make it seem like she's that type of woman that's actually capable of accountability. And then you get really excited not realizing she's not actually being accountable. She might say things like, I know I'm not perfect. I know I have issues. I know I can be distant sometimes. But she admits this stuff, but she doesn't actually change these things. And I would argue her knowing is worse, because she knows, but she's choosing to not change. Next, she'll make you feel like the relationship is just one conversation away from improving. It may be a living nightmare for you to be in this relationship, but it's just this one last thing and then everything will be good. If I explain better, she'll understand. If she knows how much she's hurting me, she'll finally change. But stop for a second. Does she benefit by not understanding? Because if she does, and you've told her all the info, she knows. She knows. Are there consequences to her not having any empathy towards you? I know that sounds horrible. Because some people, if a situation benefits them, empathy goes out the window. They'll keep doing it because they're benefiting. Because there's no consequences to them doing it. Or the consequences are small enough that, oh well. So if this is happening to you, explaining more is not going to fix it. You leaving will. And at that point, you find someone with empathy, not her.
I see why she's married, and women really have to understand this.
Men melt when a woman speaks softly. But a lot of women don't want to hear that because they think being sweet makes them look weak.
One word, feminism.
But that's a huge mistake because a woman's greatest power is her softness. Think about it. If he wanted another alpha energy in his house, he would have married another man.
And we get called sassy for trying to hold women accountable. Isn't that crazy?
So if you ever have caught yourself thinking, he never does anything that I ask him to, it's probably because you talk to him like you're another guy challenging him. Try using your feminine, soft, lighter tone of voice more often and just watch how differently he treats you.
For the women that are still listening, please listen to the last part.
I've never heard a no from my husband when I speak to him gently. He's even told me that he can't resist when I ask that way. If it feels hard to switch into that sweet version of you, it's because you've permanently turned on that masculine energy without even noticing.
Yeah, I really don't have to say too much after that because she really explained everything. And this is exactly why she's married. A lot of women don't understand the way you treat a man makes him want to do so much for you. And y'all really would want to give that up because you want to compete with the man that you're with. Because it really amazed me that a lot of women will go to their job, talk to their boss politely, respectfully, arrive on time, do what he says. But when you get home, you give your husband the most miserable attitude ever. Yeah, I know an argument might be, my husband doesn't pay me, but your husband will sure put his life on the line, and your boss will definitely replace you the moment you call out being sick. Conclusion, women, please try to respect your husband a little more, be more soft. It makes the world a better place. And if you don't, y'all wonder why I say this, and you want to get married, pack it up.
You know, modern women, a lot of them thrive on what's out there. I'm doing it for the plot. What's next? But, you know, unless there's a little bit more uncertainty, especially in dating, men don't really thrive off of that same thing. And so, you know, when you run into the same thing over and over again and it gets expensive, then for a lot of men, that curiosity stops. I'm not really curious anymore about it because I already know what's going to happen. I already know what's going to happen. So I'm not really curious anymore. I'm more so tired. I'm more so frustrated. I'm more so upset. I'm no longer excited at the potential to meet somebody because for, you know, going out with these modern women, it ends poorly. So I'm at that point in time, a lot of men just check out. They just go their separate ways. I'm just going to keep on doing my thing. Don't worry about me.
I see why she's married, and women really have to understand this.
Men melt when a woman speaks softly. But a lot of women don't want to hear that because they think being sweet makes them look weak.
One word, feminism.
But that's a huge mistake because a woman's greatest power is her softness. Think about it. If he wanted another alpha energy in his house, he would have married another man.
And we get called sassy for trying to hold women accountable. Isn't that crazy?
So if you ever have caught yourself thinking, he never does anything that I ask him to, it's probably because you talk to him like you're another guy challenging him. Try using your feminine, soft, lighter tone of voice more often and just watch how differently he treats you.
For the women that are still listening, please listen to the last part.
I've never heard a no from my husband when I speak to him gently. He's even told me that he can't resist when I ask that way. If it feels hard to switch into that sweet version of you, it's because you've permanently turned on that masculine energy without even noticing.
Yeah, I really don't have to say too much after that because she really explained everything. And this is exactly why she's married. A lot of women don't understand the way you treat a man makes him want to do so much for you. And y'all really would want to give that up because you want to compete with the man that you're with. Because it really amazed me that a lot of women will go to their job, talk to their boss politely, respectfully, arrive on time, do what he says. But when you get home, you give your husband the most miserable attitude ever. Yeah, I know an argument might be, my husband doesn't pay me, but your husband will sure put his life on the line, and your boss will definitely replace you the moment you call out being sick. Conclusion, women, please try to respect your husband a little more, be more soft. It makes the world a better place. And if you don't, y'all wonder why I say this, and you want to get married. Pack it up.
Tom Cruise. Like, you ask me, would I have a one night stand with him? Yes, I would.
अब इस वीडियो को देख के मैक्सिमम लोग इसको जज कर सकते हैं कि कैसी लड़की है, इसके कोई स्टैंडर्ड नहीं है क्या? बट एक्चुअल में वुमेन के कोई स्टैंडर्ड नहीं होते. हमें ऐसा लगता है कि भाई वुमेन के कितने हाई स्टैंडर्ड होते हैं. नहीं, वुमेन के एक्चुअल में कोई स्टैंडर्ड नहीं होते. वुमेन के स्टैंडर्ड्स चेंज होते हैं अकॉर्डिंग टू द पर्सन जो सामने है उनके. ओके, एग्जाम्पल आप देखना, आपने भी देखे होंगे सब चीजें कि एक वुमेन रिलेशनशिप में है पर उसने ये बोल दिया कि हम फिजिकल होंगे शादी के बाद. ओके, वहां ब्रेकअप होता है, तुरंत नेक्स्ट रिलेशनशिप, वहां पे फर्स्ट मंथ में सब कुछ हो गया. ओके, कहां गया स्टैंडर्ड? अब ऐसा क्यों हुआ? क्योंकि एक इंसान दूसरे से बेहतर है, तो यहां पे उसने स्टैंडर्ड में डाउन कर दिया. एक और एग्जांपल, बहुत बार ऐसा होता है कि वुमेन को बहुत ज्यादा डीएम मिलते हैं, उन्हीं की बुराइयां करती हैं कि इतने लोग क्यों डीएम करते हैं, किसी दिन मूड खराब हो, किसी एक को उठा के इधर सीधा बात करनी शुरू कर दी, क्या स्टैंडर्ड डाउन कर लिया. ओके, क्योंकि एक्चुअल में कोई स्टैंडर्ड नहीं है. वुमेन के अगर तुम्हें जानना है ना कि ये लड़की का कैरियर क्या है, उसकी मेटाफिजिकल रिलेशनशिप के बारे में बात करो. अब मेटाफिजिकल रिलेशनशिप क्या होती है कि आपने कभी उस इंसान को देखा नहीं है, कभी उससे मिले नहीं हो, पर तब भी तुम्हारा एक बॉन्डिंग बनी हुई है, उससे एक बॉन्डिंग बनी हुई है. ओके, उसके साथ वो सारे स्टैंडर्ड गिरा देंगे, वो जबरदस्ती किस कर देगा तब भी ठीक है. ओके, हाँ सही है, बिकॉज एक्चुअल में कोई स्टैंडर्ड नहीं. जो स्टैंडर्ड होता है ना, वो स्टैंडर्ड थ्रू आउट रहता है कि दुनिया में कोई इंसान आ जाए, इसमें कॉम्प्रोमाइज नहीं करूंगी. ओके, और वो तुम्हें बहुत कम लड़की में दिखेगा, बहुत कम. ऑलराइट, तो ये चीज समझो, ठीक है. इसमें कोई बुरा मानने वाली बात नहीं है, बट एक्चुअल में ये बात ट्रू है. अगर आपको ऐसा लग रहा है कि आप जिस लड़की से मिले हो उसके बहुत ज्यादा स्टैंडर्ड्स हाई हो रहे हैं, तो उसके स्टैंडर्ड हाई नहीं है, वो आप में ज्यादा इंटरेस्टेड नहीं है. द मोमेंट उसको उस लेवल का इंसान मिलेगा जो उसको चाहिए ना, उस कैलिबर का इंसान मिलेगा, साइड डाउन करेगा, जैसा कह देगा वैसा हो जाएगा. ओके, so that's the thing.
A lot of women have an entitlement attitude.
I've healed. I'm not about to let nobody screw me over.
No, I think entitlement is rooted in something that would actually signal that you are not healed, right? Like, why do you feel like you deserve this thing? But what would even make you think that you have this coming? Here's an example. Let's just use track record. If I want to buy a multi-million-dollar house, not only do I have to have the amount of money to pay the mortgage, but do you know that you cannot purchase a house within less than 3 times of your past mortgage? Does that make sense?
Wait, say that again.
So let's say you want to have a $3 million home. Well, with this interest rate, it's probably going to cost you $20,000 a month. But if you've only ever had a condo that you rented that was $3,000, 3,000 times 3 is $9,000. They will never approve you. Even if you can say, but look, I'm making $50,000 a month now. Yep. But the track record shows you've never had this level of responsibility. Buying a car. They run your credit to look at your history. So if you mean to tell me that you feel like I'm just supposed to get all of these things, what does your history say? Does your history say, wow, I actually can withhold this $20,000 per month mortgage? Does the history say, wow, I actually have paid off every car that I've owned or brought back every car that I've leased and I've never missed a payment? Or does your history say every man I've been with is a narcissist? Does your history say every man's a cheater? Does your history say, as you should? Does your history say, I just need to choose me? If you don't have not one 5-star, like everybody's got something bad to say about you. Everybody. Now I get it. Breakups sometimes can be ugly. I understand, but everybody's a bad breakup. That doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't make any sense. So I think that if you have an entitlement mindset, I would ask you to ask yourself, why do you feel like you're qualified for what you're asking for?
There needs to be a study done on how detrimental dating apps are for men specifically by giving them the illusion of infinite choice. And that harms everybody because women are the ones who choose. Evolutionarily, women are the ones who pick their partners. Women are the ones in heterosexual relationships who choose who they reproduce with. But when men approach dating and relationships like they're playing a slot machine at the casino, just one more pull, just one more date, just one more woman, then I'm going to win the jackpot, then I'm going to find the one. No, that's not how it works. All women are the jackpot. The woman is the prize when she picks you. That's how you win. When she picks you, when she chooses you, when she loves you, that's when you win. You don't get to choose. As men, you are not the ones choosing. That's why when you get on your dating app and you have 3 likes and we have hundreds of likes, we're the ones choosing. That's how this works. You just have to be a good enough man that's worth being chosen. That's the best you can hope for. And when somebody picks you, when someone chooses you, you hold on to that and you cherish that and you keep that for the rest of your life. Because what ends up happening is men's wives will get diagnosed with breast cancer and they leave them at alarming rates because they have the illusion of infinite choice. They think that they are the prize. And I say this with love and respect and admiration and appreciation for men. You're not the prize. That's why you have 3 likes and I have 200. I am the prize. I am the one people are fighting over. You just have to be good enough, worth being chosen, and loved by a good woman. Otherwise, you're going to be alone and lonely and at 45. Your choice.
And men, you have to understand that men work off of respect, right? So if I'm seeing, hey, why is he not, really chasing me and begging for me? And I want him to really, really want me and love me and all that stuff. I get it. But, if a man is getting out there chasing, you think about being in the middle of nowhere, just chasing. At some point in time, you're going to be like, what am I doing running? What are we running for? What am I running for? Is there danger? Like, what's the situation? And that's what's happening. Men have stopped and started questioning why they're actually chasing. What am I running for? Who am I running after? Who am I running away from? And when you see men stop and start to do that analysis, now it gets clarity on, well, what the heck? Why am I going in this direction? Ain't nothing over here for me. And that's when you stay over there and you sit over there like, oh man, he just quit chasing me because he stopped running and he started thinking. And once he started thinking, he got some mental clarity and was like, oh, she wasted my time. Let me go run in the other direction, towards my goals, towards my vision, toward my aspiration. Let me go back that way. Let me find somebody back that way that actually likes me. That's why you're missing out on these good guys.